And the mandates continue. Thanksgiving is now off the table. No more gatherings, no more family meetups. What are you trying to kill everyone? As the scary virus continues to spread, things just continue to get worse. With governors not even following their own orders and mandating that you do what they say, but they don't have to. They can do what they want. They have the power, and you have nothing. And as BuzzFeed here says, the culmination of intellect and intelligence. For the love of God, please cancel your Thanksgiving plans. Yes, I'm sure the people at BuzzFeed love God very much. They say here, it's not too late. You can decide to not drive to your family's house, or to not get on the train or a plane, or just to not share an indoor meal with the people from another household. Well, what if the people in your household, what if you're just, say, two grandparents who have pretty much nothing? It's just you two living together. I mean, come on, we all know how our grandparents treat each other. They just bicker back and forth, but it's just that's life. Make fun of each other. And the only thing that gives them a bit of respite is having these gatherings, being able to see your family. It's the one thing I know they look forward to more than anything else. Think of how much your grandparents do for you, because that's pretty much all that they have. They don't go out to meet new people, really. They care for their family, and that's that. And yet the mandates still continue to flow, affecting them pretty much the most. As an American, you should have the choice to decide whether you can make calculated risks on your own. We have brains. That's sort of the purpose of it. We can decide what's worth doing or not. I can go out back and butt chug a bottle of vodka, probably get alcohol poisoning and die, and that's my choice. That's the way I'd go out. But for someone to tell me that I can't do something, I'm pretty much the person where if an authority figure tells me what to do, they say walk to the right, I'm running to the left. They tell me to jump in the air, I'm getting a shovel out and digging 10 feet underground. Because who are you to tell me what to do? This is my Thanksgiving, this is my family. I understand if you have older members in your family that you want to protect. You have people who are more at risk. I'm not saying that the coronavirus is fake, but I am saying that I'd consider it more of a plandemic than a pandemic. The type of mental gymnastics these people do just to pull the wool over the American people's eyes and make them think that they are holier than thou, and that you sheep must follow the herd, and I am the shepherd, leading you to water. But you don't get to do what I do because I know what's best. I mean, hell, I barely even know what's best for myself. Sometimes I can't even decide whether to go to McDonald's or Wendy's, yet this person that doesn't even know me at all is going to tell me and my family what they are allowed to do. That doesn't even make sense to me. I understand that that's pretty much how the government works, but to make unconstitutional mandates and say that the police officers need to enforce them, that's just not even comprehensible, let alone telling someone to cancel Thanksgiving because you know what's best for them. You know what's best for their family, even though you have no idea who they are. These people are so disconnected, they shouldn't have a single say in it. That's why there really needs to be a purging of just these absolutely maniacal Democratic leaders. The hypocrisy that they espouse is just unbelievable. Here we have an article from AP News stating, some governors ignore CDC advice on Thanksgiving gatherings. It says, as the public health crisis spins out of control and hospitalizations and deaths soar, health experts have agonized for weeks over the potential for explosive virus spread from indoor celebrations. Yet several Republican governors in hard-hit states refuse to echo urgent pleas from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention for Americans to stay home next Thursday. So these hard-hit Republican states, yes, these Republican states, they just got destroyed everywhere, by the way. I'd have a hard time running to my neighbor's house. I live in a Republican place, pretty country-esque. And let me tell you, there's 8 deaths in my entire county. I don't understand how they're trying to say that these Republican states are hit so hard when New York literally got pretty much power bombed off the top rope through the mat. They got the McFoley experience, Hell in a Cell style, dropped through the entire ring, broke it. But these Republican areas, just come on. Republicans again? Psh, what are they doing? Why aren't they just sending old people into nursing homes to kill them? We know what will happen. We know that 3 to 4 weeks from Thanksgiving, we will see an exacerbation of the outbreaks, said Dr. Georges Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, who called the governor's reluctance to impose restrictions to encourage people to stay at home a tragedy motivated by politics. Projection at its finest. It says here, by not walking the talk, I think they're sending a very dangerous message to the citizens, Benjamin said. I don't see how allowing people to have the choice in America is a dangerous message to send to people. It's kind of like, what would be more dangerous here? Two sides of the coin. Allowing people to say, you know what, I recognize the risk. I recognize the risk in butt chugging a beer. I recognize the risk in smoking a cigarette through my, whatever the hell those holes are called after you already have throat cancer. People recognize the risk daily. You know the risk of getting into a car crash? Pretty high. The risk of doing anything. These people pretty much are stating that you might as well stay inside all the time, which I pretty much do. I read the news all the time. These things don't even necessarily affect me, but it pisses me off to even see it. Because people can think for themselves. How are you to know better? I understand listen to the experts, you know, but don't just listen to a expert, because there are a lot of dumb experts. I mean, think of all the things that Fauci told from the beginning. Don't wear a mask, it won't help at all. He actually said at the beginning masks would make it worse, and then later on flipped back on that. He even said, I couldn't see anyone doing a better job than Trump. Later flipped that back around to, yeah, I never said that. What? Trump sucks. Hey guys, do you like me now? Does anyone like me? I said Trump sucks. It's pretty much a green card pass just to get into the Democratic society now. It says here, Ohio's Republican governor, yes, represent, I know I saw Ohio, so I had to check it out. Ohio's Republican governor, Mike DeWine, and his wife, Fran, canceled their annual Thanksgiving gathering at their farm in southwestern Ohio, saying it would be too risky for Fran DeWine's 94-year-old mother and 2 new grandchildren who are just days old. A respectable decision. I don't think any less of the guy, and I know Mike DeWine didn't tell me I can't do what I want, because he knows his family. I know my family, and if my family says that they would like to have a gathering, then that's what we're going to do. I know my grandparents pretty well too, and I can tell you that they would much rather have the few Thanksgivings left with their family, the few family get-togethers, at the risk of fatality, unfortunately, but they would risk that just to see their family, because that's all that they have. If not, they'd probably just sit there drinking all day, and it would just be much, much worse. And I'm sure that there are many family members like that, many different families who this is all that they look forward to throughout the year. I mean, I don't hang out with a lot of people. This is probably going to be more people than I've hung out with in ages, which adds an even greater value of importance to it, which I don't understand how these Democratic officials don't see. Actually, I do get how they don't see it. It's because they choose to ignore it because they are holier than thou. Do as I say, not as I do. And following that article, as it says here, some governors ignore CDC advice. The CDC's advice just says the typical stuff. You know, wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from people you don't live with. But I mean, it's your own choice. I don't like shaking people's hands anyways. Honestly, I prefer standing 6 feet away from people. But if you tell me what to do, I'm going to be right up on them, giving them a hug, because I don't care. I do what I think is the right thing at that moment. I'm not going to do what someone else tells me to do, because who are you? Attending a gathering, and these might even be things that you'd want to look into and consider. Washing your hands, definitely. I think people need to wash their hands a hell of a lot more. You know how many nasty people there are? I don't even want to shake my own hand sometimes. But that's just my thoughts on the subject. I really hope that you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving and that things are going well. Make an educated choice, your own choice. Do what you want to do, what you think is right. You know, be careful, be safe, and make sure you protect those that you love, because friends and family are pretty much one of the most important things that you can have in life, and no one has the right to take that away from you. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.